As the lines between traditional consultancies and professional services blur, quite a few firms are now driving unique value propositions to their clients in a very crowded market. One such firm is Protiviti. And today we have with us Sachin Tayal, Managing Director of Protiviti, member firm India, in conversation with ET Insights. Welcome, Sachin.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sachin, consultancy, it's an ever-evolving landscape now. So how is your firm trying to create its own space here, and what role do you think innovation has played in it?
Anika, innovation has played a significant role in the growth of a firm. Let me take this example of internal audit, which is a bread and butter solution for a firm. In 2014, when we started in India, we started with internal audit, and you did mention crowded market. It is indeed. Innovation was a bedrock foundation of growing internal audit in India. There is always a talk about analytics when it comes to internal audit. And there is standard analytics where there are continuous control monitoring, rule-based analytics have been deployed at a client side, whether it is procure to pay, order to cash, payroll, compliance. But we have evolved significantly beyond that. There are three more pillars we have added when it comes to analytics. Let me talk about the first pillar. Today's government has got significantly amount of publicly available information. Take example of Parivahan. You put in a number of a particular car, truck, you can get the name of the person who's owning that vehicle. I'll talk about GSTN. You can get to know who's owning which particular company. Talk about income tax, talk about MCA, you have these directed details. You must be wondering, why am I talking about this? See, today's companies want to know whether employees of their particular company are actually running a parallel business. A particular organization, which is a large automotive major, came to us and said, look, I have a large fleet of trucks who are coming in, going out. Is there a way to check if any of these employees have been deploying trucks at those particular vendors? So what we did was, we took the whole employee dump, we looked at the whole Parivahan database, did the mapping of the trucks which were coming in and come out, and we saw there were some matches. We also took example where there were a company with 5,800 employees, and they said, is my some of the employees running a parallel business? We looked at with a GSTN database, and we saw some of the employees have been running parallel business elsewhere, but some of the employees have actually become the traders in their own company. One of them became a distributor in their own company. That is the way we are able to use publicly available information through API. There is one form of analytics. I'll add one more. Image and video analytics. Today, there are large ITS companies with thousands, lakhs of employees. When they submit their bills, when there is a hotel bill which is given, there is no way manually someone can check what was submitted 2 months back, 3 months back. And the same bill can be utilized later as well. Through our image analytics, we can see if the same bill was submitted earlier as well. I'll give you another example. The pharma company came to us, 30,000 doctors attend conferences in a year, and for which they have to make payments to those doctors. How do they do that? There is a smart contract which one has to agree. They have to submit their KYC, they have to submit their bank details, and then based on that, payments are being made. We ran our analytics to see the KYC matching which was given against those doctors were not same. Bank details were altered. We were able to identify those discrepancies. Talk about video analytics. Today, if you identify in this particular room and say this room, only these 1 or 2 people are allowed to enter because it is containing certain sensitive information. Video analytics can say if somebody is tailgating. All these are possible through image and video analytics. Going beyond, we have also added machine learning. And what we have done in machine learning, there is a significant amount of not only rule-based, but algorithm-based analytics which have been deployed. Take example, there is a accountant who've been used to doing certain journal entries, which is like, say at a time 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, that kind of entries he's been doing, and suddenly he's posted an entry of 1 crore rupees. This ML can catch that. Accountant has been doing these entries Monday to Friday, suddenly does it on Saturday or a Sunday, significant amount of entries. This machine learning algorithm can catch that. This is the kind of innovation we have made, through which we are now one of the most technologically advanced internal audit firm in the country. This is what we believe in, and this is where we have grown so fast that we are close to 1,500 people just in internal audit. But our innovation is just not about in this solution. We have launched internally a Star Shot program. What does this Star Shot program do? It promotes innovation in our entire firm. Innovation in delivery, innovation how we approach people, innovation in terms of finance. All those ideas can be given through a Star Shot program. So innovation is a key pillar in our strategy, and it has played a significant role in our growth journey.
I think there's a lot of emphasis now, growing emphasis on co-creation between consultant and client and shared risk in large-scale projects. How do you think in such a scenario both the parties can maximize their value in such a relationship?
So take GCC as an example, Anika. Global captive clients. Large number of GCC are being set up in India. One of this globally systematically important bank came to us and said, I need 400 people in my financial crime unit. What it meant was, either they can hire from a firm like us who will be deployed, and which is fine, possible, or they can hire internally. But we co-created a model in which both benefited, because in the previous two models there are both pluses and minuses. How we did that? We came up with hire train transfer model a year and a half back. What does it mean? We will hire these people just for this particular client, which means, so interview process, they were involved in this interview process. They were involved in letting us know what skills, what experiences they need to hire. They also interviewed certain set of people. So all that was co-created and agreed with the client. So these people were hired. Second, train. What it means is the client trained our trainers. These trainers then started training the people who were being hired with those skill sets and those experiences. When those people who were hired and trained and passed through a certain test, they were deployed at the client. When they were deployed at the client, they went for minimum 6 months, sometimes 1 year, through the whole process, and they have to go through the whole job. And once they have completed that, then they were assessed whether they were able to meet their KPIs and SLAs or not. Once they were able to meet those KPIs, then they were absorbed with the clients, and if not, then they were not. So think about this. If they were to hire those 400, and not every time when you hire, you get the best of the people. In this, they have a choice which one they want to confirm with, which one they don't want to. It's hugely successful in the client. And this is a model which we are planning to replicate further. Similarly, there are several other areas where we are co-creating with the client. I'll take about, for example, with CFO. CFO is looking for a whole CFO advisory, and they want to say, okay, can you please help me do a finance transformation? Fine, yes, we can do that for you. We have, for example, come up with a CFO cockpit, which involves Gen AI, which can give you an output in terms of KPIs, attributes, and outputs. Then the CFO came and told us, look, I don't want you to just give me an advice. Can you help me run this for me? We involve our managed services team. Can you please make sure that whatever we went and gave you as an advice can be run, whether it is account receivable, accounts payable, or the whole finance function. So this way, we are working closely with the clients and not just coming up with one particular set of advisory, but it could be also running the whole function of them.
Sachin, now the world is moving towards bespoke solutions instead of off-the-shelf packages. In this regard, how do you think your organization is driving change or creating a larger impact within the industry?
In May 2021, SEBI came up with a directive of top 1,000 companies by market cap has to produce a sustainability report. All the companies which have been listed in stock exchange, they have to produce an annual report. Subsequently, they have to produce a sustainability report called as BRSR. A very standard opportunity for us as a firm. It was a great opportunity, and we started working and supporting our clients in producing those opportunities. But our sustainability team, did not stop at that. I'll give you this example, Anika. Industry association of a city have asked us to do a water demand assessment for the next 15 years until 2040 for the industrial use which will be used by the industries in that particular city, because perhaps they want to invite and promote the industry groups to come and invest in that city. And today, you've heard about Cape Town, you've heard about Bangalore, how water is becoming scarce. And to do this water assessment, our consultants will first of all they know the national water policy, what it is. First, the water does not belong to industry. It belongs to you and me. It belongs to people. It belongs to then agriculture. It belongs to then those industries which are working on side of agriculture, fertilizer, then power, then rest of the industry. So if you have to do a water assessment, water demand assessment in a particular city, you have to do an assessment when it comes to people, agriculture, then industry use. Then you have to also do a supply assessment. When you do a supply assessment, you have to also do a scenario based, how much water rainfall you'll have, what is the assessment you have. Similarly, groundwater, surface water, all that assessment needs to be done, and a scenario based planning to be done to give a water demand assessment to this association. This is what our team has been doing. Think about how companies get impacted with this. Today, a real estate player can have an impact in a city where water demand is going down, where water supply is less, because real estate prices will come down. People may not like to stay there. Take this example further when it comes to clients. We went to a washing machine company and said, if you have to go and sell in those particular areas, why don't you come up with a product? And they started discussing with us, why don't you come up with a product which will help you recycle the waste water which you are generating out of the washing machine. Similarly, it can be done through an RO, because there is a lot of waste water which is being generated. How you can recycle those water? It is no more a report which we are generating. And through these particular assessments, we are making significant value at our clients. I'll add one more area, which is the financial services. In financial services, there are teams, for example, when it comes to risk and compliance, when it comes to internal audit, when it comes to technology, core banking implementations, or analytics, or Gen AI, or biz apps. All these firms have come under one FS umbrella within our firm. We are trying to assess what are the challenges our clients are facing. And then together we are going together to come up to overcome those challenges, to solve those problems, rather than selling our bespoke solution. This is what we have and this is what we have to offer. I think this is a significant change, and which is driving our growth as well.
Talking about growth, Sachin, your organization has evolved a lot in the past 10 years. How would you identify some of the key milestones or achievements that highlight its growth in Indian market?
8 days from now is when we complete 10 years. It was 1st of May 2014, Anika, when we signed our member firm agreement in India. Very important date for us. When we started in India, we had 0 MDs, 0 MDSDs, 152 people with us, and 1.5 offices. And you must be wondering, what do you mean by 1.5 offices, right? See, because one office was in Mumbai and 0.5 office was smaller than this room what we have. That was in Bangalore. That is where we started from. And from that journey, from those 1.5 offices, we have grown to 12 offices today. From 0 MDSDs, we have grown to 72 MDSDs today. From those 152 people, we have grown to 3,500 plus people today. We have seen a significant amount of growth in these last 10 years. But then again, it was not just a straight line growth. It had its own ups and downs. I think 2 milestones I would like to talk about. One, when we started our GDC, a Global Delivery Center, in 2017, we work as one firm where our Indian consultants get to experience not only working with our Indian clients, but they also get to experience working with our global clients. As India and Middle East member firm are one firm, they also get to experience working with Middle East clients. We see this a great plus from a people standpoint, People get to know what's happening on global side, they get to know what's happening on Middle East side, and they get to implement in India clients as well. So back and forth. So it's a great plus for us, and we have seen a tremendous growth in the whole global delivery sector. The second milestone I would like to talk about is 2019. This is a time where we made significant investments into various new solutions, whether it is SAP, whether it is Oracle, cyber security, data analytics, even in internal audit. So there are significant investments we made in 2019. But when we talk about these two milestones, here comes COVID 2020. And you know how it all got impacted. And this hit us as well. It was a very difficult time. But as it is in our DNA, we work as one family. We came together as one family. And what is the motto of family? I lived in a joint family. What it means is that no person in family should be left behind. So no person in the family was left behind when we were in COVID times. We also made sure that all the offers which were made were honored. There was no offer which was reneged at that point in time, which was made at COVID time as well. But beyond that, I think we as a family, how each of the person helped the other people, whether taking the person's family member to the hospital, even it is a risk of their own life, even helping them getting oxygen concentrators, even helping them getting vaccinations, all of that we came together as a family was an important time for us to remember. We should not forget that what we have gone through, and it will always stay with us. Having said this, we've added significant clients during that period as well. From a zero client base in 2014, I'm proud to say we have 68% plus Nifty companies as a client. I can tell you we will all grow to 100% only because as of now we do not serve as many government companies in India. I think that is only going to change. We are making investments in a government consulting practice as well. Very recently, in all the cities, we celebrated a town hall. And what a stupendous success it was. We had 85% plus attendance in all these town halls. Amazing success. I think as we say, and as we said it over there, a decade complete and legacy being built. These are the significant milestones we have gone through, but again, legacy being built.
You obviously have achieved a lot and there's still a lot to go. So as member of the Indian Executive Committee, how do you see the company growing from here? How do you see the growth trajectory?
Anika, we have been growing 40% plus, actually 49% CAGR in last 4 or 5 years. We continue to see 40% plus growth in the coming years. In 2022, we came together as a regional leadership group in Phuket and laid down our vision 2027. I think more than the growth, we also laid down the pillars for these growths. There were 6 pillars which were identified. I've already spoken about innovation in the question number 1. I spoke about one pillar which was in the previous question about GDC. Let me talk about 3 pillars here. The first pillar is people. People are at its core of our business. We want to be the employer of choice. We want to be seen as one big family, and together we want to achieve, and together we want to build legacy. We have made significant investments in our people. We have made significant investments in our learning and development. We have added 2 senior leaders, further one in Middle East, one in India, in driving the whole learning and development program. In fact, we are calling it professional and organizational development now. Similarly, we also are making significant investments in our whole entire rewards and recognition. How our employee connect. So this is one area which is very near and dear to our heart. So much so we don't want to rest with what we believe is right when it comes to people. We are getting an external globally reputed firm to do an assessment on us. We are taking advice and an assessment from this firm. Tell us how are we doing and what are the learnings for us. So people remain at core. Second, it's important for us to serve our client. We are not a client serving business. We believe once a Protiviti client is always a Protiviti client. We want to solve clients' complex problems with our integrated solutions. So they trust us for our commitment, for our delivery, and for our quality. This is what we stand for. I have got many clients who have been with me, who have been with us for more than since I've been working here, and so on and so forth for everyone. We want to be known to be a trusted advisor for our clients, and hence you have seen the base from zero to what we have reached here. Third is our building a brand. I think this is one area where we have partnered with the leading industry association such as CII. With CII, we came up with the first of its kind, a CII CFO Awards. I think CII CFO Awards has been running for last 3 years, and we will be going for many, many years. Similarly, we launched a CIS CIO Awards, Corporate Women Leaders Award, and a whole independent board director program. Significant investments have been made in the whole brand building. I think with these 3 pillars, we have made significant investment in terms of growth. But a pillar can only stand with a very strong foundation. We are also making a very strong investment when it comes to our foundation, whether it comes to IT, when it comes to finance, when it comes to corporate governance, when it comes to operational excellence. We have added a lot of senior people in those areas, those people who have handled tens of thousands of people in their previous firms when they have actually looked at such a growth. These are 3 key pillars we have seen and foundation we have laid. One area we have also seen the growth which will come out from is tier 2 cities. We are all sitting in Gurgaon. We have got offices for all top MNCs. Great war for talent. We have offices in Bangalore and Chennai and Mumbai and Hyderabad and Kolkata. But we have added offices in Bhubaneswar. We have added offices in Coimbatore. We may not have as many clients in those 2 cities, but great talent is available. And those talent who may or may not want to move out of those cities. We've added those delivery centers in those 2 cities. You also asked me a question about how are we making an impact in industry and beyond. In today's economic times, you would have seen an editorial where Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences is giving an award to Mr. Ratan Tata. So this Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, Anika, they actually are home to more than 30,000 indigenous or tribal children. What happens, as you know, Orissa is a tribal belt. These tribal parents will come and will have get their kids admitted to this hostel, and they will not come, I told, for next 9 months, 11 months. And then these kids will be staying there, they'll be fed, they'll be taught right from say grade 5 maybe to grade 12. And this Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences takes care of all of this for this 30,000 people. Think about the kitchen, think about the kind of mammoth university they are running. We have partnering with them, we have taken ownership of certain students to help them educate for their meals, all of that, and this is only a beginning. So we want to make an impact not only with our people, not only with our clients, but to society as large if we have to be a great corporate citizen. One association which is personal to me is in Gurgaon is Deepashram. If you've been to Gurgaon, you would have seen it is for mentally challenged children who've been left by their parents and who are orphans. We have been partnering with them as well, how to support them in their education and in their hunger. So we believe we have to be all-rounded corporate citizen if we have to make an impact in our today's world.
Talking about larger impact, as a seasoned thought leader yourself, what are some of the trends that you foresee emerging in the field of consulting, especially when it comes to digital transformation and regulatory compliance?
NVIDIA today added $1 trillion in less than a year or maybe year and a half. So clearly Gen AI is the biggest trend which we are seeing and will continue to say. I think it is that moment when internet started coming in and people started making changes. That is the kind of moment we are seeing in Gen AI. And we are making significant investments when it comes to Gen AI. For example, as a firm, we have to make proposals to many of our clients. and many of these clients could come up with similar set of problems. And each of our leaders and each of our people will make their own proposal, though they will use a proposal repository, but they'll still come up with their own proposals and submit it to the clients. So we are using these large language models to look at all these proposals and come up with, if we put the client problems, and is there a way we can come up with what are the solutions come up, what are the kind of proposal it can throw up. So we are implementing GenAI within our firm and also at a client place as well. I spoke about machine learning in my first question. Having said this, the second trend, Anika, will be is cybersecurity. Recently, METI came up with a paper on regulating AI. Cyber hacking is a menace, cybersecurity is not. Cybersecurity is very, very critical for us in each of our operations. Gone are the days it was important just for banks. Gone are the days it was important for financial institutions also. It is important for not only those hospitals. Take All India Medical, when it was hacked for a personal health data for some of our senior most people in the country. It was a biggest issue. It was a countrywide issue, right? It was not just important for military. It is important for each of the institution or each of the companies today. This is one area where we are doubling down investment. We have set up a cyber command center in Noida, and this is an area we believe it will further grow. Third, we as a consulting firm can do only as much. We have to partner with the product companies as well. So alliances is one trend which is here to stay. We are working very closely, say for example, with Microsoft. And within Microsoft, there are 6 solution areas. One is, for example, Biz Apps. Second one is Data and AI. Third one is security. Fourth one is cloud infrastructure. Fifth one is modern workplace. Sixth one is digital and app innovation. We, as of now, are not the solution partners for all 6. We are solution partners for 4. Our endeavor is to become solution partners for all 6 of them. And we are a managed partner, and we want to be one of the top tier partner for Microsoft in India. We are already there as a gold partner globally. So these alliances is for us as a trend to stay, and we are investing on that. And not only with Microsoft, take UiPath and Automation Anywhere. We are the top tier partners for both UiPath and Automation Anywhere. We are partnering with SAP, we are partnering with Oracle, we are partnering with Salesforce, we are partnering with ServiceNow, we are partnering with Alteryx. All these firms, and there are many more I'm forgetting already, but there are many more such alliances we need to have. I think these are all 3 critical trends we have to keep an eye on, we have to keep working on, and this is where we will continue to grow.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you for speaking to ET Insights.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.